Indeed, have Necro versus Tzeentch in round 2 of Lockdown Bowl now. So
Morbid Town versus New Guy.
yeah, it's going to be a really interesting one. So the Necro team is pretty standard. I think the only thing that's special is one of the werewolves has dodge. The Tzeentch team
Okay.
is really quite unique and really quite interesting.
Some of the changeling, right? That switches between Troll, Ogre, and Minor.
Yeah, I think what's happened is Rob, the TO, has to kind of set the player to mimic one of the three. It randomly determines.
Yeah.
Given this guy's got +1 edge and +1 move, I think it's now an
It's gotta be
ogre.
Ogre, right?
An ogre, yeah.
Yeah, because he said it was like Troll or
Yeah.
Troll Ogre or like Troll Minor.
Yeah, Rob loves his Troger.
Okay.
Bless him.
We just had on the game. We had a magic item played.
Ooh, let's switch
one
to
that starts out with the game. So it was oh god, what was it now? Lucky Charm pre-game. Ignore first armor break.
Is that something that a single player gets?
It's the
Card Lucky
the blue
Charm.
team,
Yeah, it's played on Bob.
and yeah,
Who is Bob? Got to be one of the Chaos Warriors. It's the Strength 5 Chaos Warrior. Now has a Lucky Charm. I know. I don't know. What do you even say to that? So ignores the first armor break against him. Is that right? That's.
Yeah, ignores his first armor break.
That's interesting. It could be really useful given that the Necro team has got 2 werewolves with Claw and Frenzy. Now, I know that it's strength up, and blocking a guy with strength 5 is going to be tough work for a werewolf, but you've got to assume that Claw is going to be of most use against those Chaos Warriors.
Their plan could be to knock him on the floor using the flesh golems and then foul him with zombies.
You know what?
So,
Can't knock that tactic.
yeah, it could be because it doesn't say like against a block, so I'm assuming it works for fouls as well. Because just first armor break.
That makes a lot of sense.
Maybe. Either way, I think he's pretty safe. I doubt that armor 9 is going to get broken twice.
Yeah, exactly. Now, it's not a bad magic item to pull. I mean, I know it's random anyway, but I don't know. If you had that, would you go for one of your key players? I mean, it seems like a pretty good choice.
Yeah, I think like if I was playing that team or if I was playing my team.
Well, if you're playing any team and you pull that that magic item, you know, it looks like a play or an item that is there for the next couple of rounds. So I mean, you and I saw that in the last game we did coverage on that. The players seem to be playing for rounds 3 and 4 as well. So using a magic item like that to protect
that
one of your
that one's just until it's used. It doesn't have a limit like a drive or like this drive or anything.
So it's just for the rest of the game.
It's the entire game until it's used.
Sounds like Tyrion's necklace from High Elves. So what have we got here? We've got Necro kicking away to the Tzeentch team, and it's going to be really interesting. That is yeah, you're right. That is a really good kick. So who's this guy? This is an extra arms, big hand Zangor. We've got a magic item.
Another magic item, invulnerability. What does that do?
Card Belt of Invulnerability is played on.
No modifiers or rerolls on armor. Entire game.
Yeah, that's this werewolf back here. So I don't know if there's much Mighty Blow. Just the ogre.
Yeah, looks like it. But again, that could apply for fouls. I doubt this. Nah, they probably won't be fouling very much. But
I don't know. It might be because these guys have got the little familiars.
Yeah. How many of those have they got though? They've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Is that including the 2 in reserve?
Including reserves, yeah.
Yeah, and those guys with armor 6 and strength 1, they're tougher than Snotlings and they're faster than Snotlings, but they're still just as melty, I think.
Yeah. Still stunty titchy.
That's it. I love a bit of that. I actually do have these miniatures in storage.
Oh, that's awesome.
So if this team plays out well...
Three-guard block then. Skull, skull, pow.
Oh, nearly. Not quite as horrific as the triple skull we saw in the last game.
So what have we got in terms of inducements? So our Necro team here has 1 keg, 2 magic item cards, one of which has been played, that was the invulnerability belt, and 1 dirty trick. While our away team, this is the Tzeentch team, had
4 and 2. So 2 magic item cards for the blue team, 1 dirty trick, and 2 magic item cards for the red team. So plenty of inducements there to go around. Could be really interesting to see those play out. Okay, we are just seeing some blocks here. This team in blue, the Tzeentch team, we've got a big guy with strength 5. We've got 3 other guys with strength 4, and then we've got a second strength 5 player. So the strength is heavily invested in this front line. And here we go, with an extra arm, you get a 2+ pickup. It's you know, it's almost like you've got a strength 3 elf with horns with regards to the beastmen here, or the Zarngors, as we should say. The familiars are going to be a really interesting players, so I'm excited to see how they play out. So yeah, these guys are going to be the vulnerability, and I think we could see the kind of the effect that ogres suffer, which is that when their noblars start dying, in this case when the familiars start dying, that...
Oh, there we go. Is my audio back?
Yes, hello. You went a bit quiet for a few seconds.
You cut out for a little while as well there.
Ah.
I think that was your Discord.
What is going on with the internet tonight? We had a fumble dropout. We've now had a Discord chat dropout. Disgraceful. Tiff's only streaming New Girl in the next room, so it's nothing... it's not like we're downloading anything massive. Right.
Well,
Just saying that the Tzeentch team has got so much strength in those 5 players that the vulnerability is probably going to be the tiny guys, because when they start running out, like you said, they've only got 5 of them. They're going to really be limited on players.
is this team running no ghoul?
No, I think this team's definitely got to have a ghoul.
Oh, it's got ghoul in reserves. Yeah.
Okay, fine. So they're playing with a ghoul in reserves, is that it?
Yeah, 1 ghoul in reserves and a zombie. And then
just a
2 flesh golems, 2 werewolves, 2 whites, rest zombies.
Interesting. Just the 1 ghoul. No wonder they're going to keep him in reserve. Now, that said, this team has got a lot of Edge 2. Everybody on there is Edge 2 apart from the werewolves. So there's still plenty of players that can do things with the ball if it all goes wrong. It's not like with the Lizardman team where the Saurus and the Croxagore are of no use, basically.
Edge 1.
Yeah, exactly. It's brutal. And even, I mean, we're seeing the same thing on the Tzeentch side. Everybody there is Edge 3, with the exception of the big guy, who is Edge 2, and Edge 2 is fine.
Yeah, but a couple of those are big hand extra arms.
Well, yeah, which is basically Edge 4 invincible.
All of them are extra arms except the familiars.
Yeah. Does the troll get extra arms as well?
Oh, maybe not the troll.
Oh, that would have been pretty awesome. That's one great thing about the Snotling Pump Wagon, is it's got extra arms and nerves of steel.
Oh, because there's so many of them in there.
Yeah, it's brilliant. So it's just taking a handoff and catching on a 4+ forever. Like, it's wicked, and it doesn't have a loner. So
yeah, I saw your Sevens game against the Pro Halflings or something.
Yeah, that was it. It was brilliant. So I was hoping to facilitate that again with the Snotling team. That's kind of my only plan. My only goal is to just get a Snotling pump wagon with the ball and trundle down the pitch. As soon as I achieve that, I'm going to just declare myself the winner of my own little tournament. It's like capturing Australia in Risk. It's like, yeah, I'm good now. Yeah. I've achieved. Okay, so ball carriers moving up again. The Tzeentch team here just being able to pile on that much strength. They've moved a whole 1 square across the line of scrimmage, and they haven't used their turn 2 blocks yet. But we're going to see a huge chunk of blocks here, surely, aren't we, Matt?
Oh yeah, the Tzeentch are going to start throwing the hurt about now, I think.
Starting with a 3 die, both down. Pow kind of gets away with it on that one.
Yeah.
Saved by his armor. Yeah.
And then I can only presume they're going to go up this
ogre first,
top side of the pitch. Over the next couple of turns. This werewolf at the bottom here has kind of been left in the left high and dry, hasn't he?
He has. Movement 8. That's it. Movement 8 is absolutely huge, so he can easily redeploy in the backfield. But I mean, ball carrier's moved. It could be that werewolf was planning on going all the way around the back to take that cage on, but we're going to see just more blocks here. Come on, I want to see this Troger thing do some damage. There we go. Gets the
Oh,
double
yeah.
pow.
Double pow.
Good boy.
And a stun.
Mighty blow. Yeah, good work. So that what that does do is that frees up this Chaos Warrior. And I mean, strength 4, edge 3 is pretty great.
Yeah.
Are you a Chaos player at all?
I've done a little bit. I don't play them well. I play I like to do weird builds with them because mutation is my favourite skill access in the game.
Oh, well,
It's
there's
just
so much you can do. And talking about weird skills, we're seeing Hypnogaze at work
yes.
here. What is that? That is a zombie. Literally just hypnogazing a zombie. Was that to free up this Chaos Warrior, this Tzeentch Warrior, to come down the pitch?
Yeah.
It's
I've played Chaos with one Mino and the rest Beastman, and that is a fun build.
yeah, I did that on my stream a little while ago as well because it is a great team.
Someone recommended me it in the Bonehead podcast Discord. I think it was.
It wasn't Rich, was it?
Casual Cultist.
Oh, Jared, J-Man. He loves his crazy builds. He's the 6 ogre no rerolls guy, who's found himself dabbling in dwarves and Amazons now. He's having a complete
no.
Yeah.
The dark side.
I know, a complete Blood Bowl midlife crisis. It's crazy. He's only been playing for a little while.
Rob said in chat, what do you think of the Trogue effects? I think he's done a good job of it because it's a.
I think perfect shout there, Rob. It's not overpowered. We're not going to miss out. No one's going to be really sort of jilted either way. So I think it's great. I think it's better than just the lazy option of just using their classic stats. I think having that random element is really interesting. It kind of is part of the team, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, Tzeentch got to change. You have to have something that's a little bit dice rolly in there, haven't you?
Oh, absolutely. I'm just absolutely dying for the turn. It becomes not the turn, the game. It becomes a Minotaur because, yeah, can you imagine Minotaur and all this strength is just going to be absolutely huge.
So it is.
It is the Necro turn 2. We get a Golem 2-die blitz in there against one of the Tzangors. Oh, just a push. Gets away with it there. Now,
but it's still tying up a few squares for this. They're not going to be able to run around properly now, are they? When that white comes up here.
If the white fully deploys up north, no, they've left.
No.
They've left that square. Is that going to be where the werewolf ends up? No. Interesting.
Maybe they haven't spotted it, or maybe they've got a plan.
It can't be the zombie. The zombie doesn't have enough movement. That does seem like a bit of an opening there for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 squares to form a side cage. But I suppose.
But forming a side cage could be the trap there because they've got someone in base contact with a flesh golem.
Absolutely. The other part of the side cage would probably have to be against this white, and again, he's got the skill advantage. I'm with you on here. I'm with you on that.
Yeah, but I think if they do that, I think they'll leave the white for a second. They'll they'll get their free 2-die with the strength advantage on this angle, and then they'll blitz in with the werewolf.
Yeah. Frenzy claws near the sideline is very risky.
Yeah.
Got a failed dodge there from a.
From who? From a white.
From a white. Oh, that sucks.
Oh, that's unlucky.
Yeah, I've seen a few of those in my time though on Blood Bowl. Okay, so this little zombie down here, surrounded by blue players, is just earning his keep right now. I mean, this guy's got
the one next to the
3 Chaos Warriors and the 2 familiars down south is just
that guy.
Yeah, he is doing work. He's got half the team.
Million tackle zones.
Half the team tied up there. But that does mean that the Tzeentch team is probably going to be incentivized, there we go, to move his ball carrier down the pitch because that is where the bulk of his team is. So I'm going to give AlphaWolf some benefit of the doubt here and say that was a clever feint to get the slow-moving undead team to go north for him to then switch sides. Triple?
Yeah, I mean...
Triple die, the zombie goes down and frees up these Chaos Warriors. So with extra arms, that's +1 to catch as well, isn't it? So they're catching on a 2+.
Is it catch, intercept, and
pickup rolls? I think.
Yeah, but it's just +1 on a reroll.
Yeah, it is just +1. So, but still, that's a 2+ to get your Chaos Warrior the ball. That sounds like a dream.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
Assuming they're not in tackle zones.
Well, exactly.
And zombies are very good at being tackle zones.
They are unstoppable tackle zones. This white downed by the sideline here is in a real bad spot. Do you think that familiar close to him is going to come over there and either stomp on him or just pin him against the sideline?
I think he's going to pin him up against the sideline. And, well,
Ooh.
yeah, I think he's going to pin him up against the sideline, and then that white is...
Out of the drive.
Well, I'd keep him on the ground.
Yeah.
I wouldn't stand him up, because...
But if you do that, then he is effectively just pushed into reserves at that point. So we've got a 2-die block here. Pushback skull. Not rolling great.
Rolling awful either.
No, we haven't seen the skulls.
It's not triple skulls.
I need to check out the dice stats for that last game.
Yeah.
Okay, we get a push pow here on a zombie.
Now.
And it's going to be this Chaos Warrior taking a big punch on him. Thinking about following up. Doesn't look like he's going to. Saved by his armor, so not too bad at all. Now that's 1, 2, 3, 4 players on the undead team, on the necro team, that are now on the ground, all prone, which is going to hurt them even more given that their movement is very low. In fact, 3 of those guys are movement 4, and the blitzer, bless his little heart, is miles away from the action. It's a blitz here on the golem. Pushback, again just getting more pushes here from the Tzeentch team. But when you're controlling the centre of the pitch and you've got the ball, there's really no need for POWs. It benefits you in the long run, but right now getting them to move and kind of corralling this team in spot is going to get them the turns they need to get down there and score.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Oh.
Who was receiving this drive?
Yeah, the Necro kicked to the Tzeentch, so it's not a steal. It's just a grind drive. Did you see that they moved the Chaos Warrior down to pen both the zombie and the white in place?
I didn't. I'm just getting the dice stats from the other game.
Dude,
yeah,
dice stats. Yeah. Cheeky dodge roll with a familiar there to get the extra dice against the flesh golem. It's just a 1-die block, it's a pushback, and the golem uses stand firm, so that golem who is up on the beastman in the top, in the far top, stays in place, stays exactly where he is.
Stand firm's going to be a hell of a skill this game.
Yeah.
I think what matters against these Tzeentch is because they don't have like nerves of steel or anything that will help them against tackle zones when they're handing off or when they're running around and they don't have dodge. Zombies and stand firm strength 4 pieces are going to be a hell of a roadblock in this Tzeentch's way.
I think you're right. It's gonna check their players, their action players. I mean, they've got the little guys running around doing silly things who can score, but yeah, they're kind of outnumbered with proper players, aren't they? Zombies can definitely make their TV up, and it is the Clawvid turn 3 now. It's going to be zombie stand, just applying those tackle zones that you just mentioned, and the werewolf's going to drop into the midfield. The Painterpart seems here quite content to play a bit of defense and just see where his opponent is going to go, and just match his players onto that trajectory. That's very patient play. Zombie moves in, tagging another Tzeentch warrior there. Spencer Joust, zombie. Is that a zombie or is that a flesh golem? Flesh golem. It's a tough try here. Hey Sebastian, how you doing? Thanks for joining the stream. We're talking through a game that's going on right now on Fumble in the Lockdown Bowl. It's between Necromantic and a Tzeentch team from the Fumble Secret League.
I was wrong with my rundown on the inducements at the beginning. The Tzeentch do actually still have one magic item they haven't played.
Yeah, was it 2 magic items and 1 dirty trick card? No, 2 magic items.
They just had 2 magic items, and then the Necro have a keg, 1 more magic item, and a dirty trick.
We're seeing an absolute ton of inducements. I love it. I think it's brilliant.
Oh yeah, it's just another dimension on the game, isn't it?
So, and vulnerability belt there on the werewolf. It's going to be interesting. I like the vulnerability belt and the lucky charm, was it? Are both going to do a good
Yeah.
job of keeping those key players in the game for the next round. Means they can be a bit more reckless with them, but it also means that they're very much less likely to be missing the next game. Got a dodge, and it was a failed dodge from Eric Kellen. It's that blitzer at the bottom again.
Oh,
He's
not having a good day.
He is having a terrible time, and he's sitting at 0 SPP, so he's going to be probably not put forward for the MVP. Sebastian in chat says, "Fine, buddy. Hope you two are good. Yeah, we are all good. Having a lovely time watching some fumble, watching some silly teams. Well, I say silly teams. They're not really silly. They're pretty serious."
Who did we have a hypno gaze on? It failed. But,
Yeah.
it was against the flesh golem.
It was against the golem. Rob says his internet isn't working. Have to YouTube this later. No worries, Rob. Obviously, you'll see the score when it updates on Fumble. So, we've got Discord have a bit of a squiffy moment. We've got Fumble have a bit of a moment. And now Rob's internet is failing. This might actually be the apocalypse. It's my worst nightmare, the internet going out. I'll have to paint things. Which I really should do. I'm going to be proactive tomorrow. I'm going to get up early so I can watch Rob's game at 8 o'clock in the morning. And then might actually do some chill out and just do some painting. Seeing these teams play has really... I don't know. I really want to get some teams built. Some silly teams built. This Tzeentch team looks great. Might have to swing.
I think I'm going to work my way through a bit of a few more of the NAF teams before I can start.
Absolute.
Start dipping into Secret League.
Absolute nonsense. Go straight for Secret League, or find a team that you can use for both. That is key, or just one that you can have a couple of extra players for. So my Chaos Halflings team works just fine as Halflings, works just fine as Goblins, and works just fine as Chaos Halflings. So it's that's the key to lazy gaming. Right, big blitz here. This is the strength 5 guy. Yep, goes straight in and punches the werewolf. Just that's the guy with dodge. He escapes being murdered. That's very useful.
Oh,
Sebastian.
failed dodge from the stunty titchy dodge.
No, double one on the dodge is up, but he didn't die. His armor actually held. Sebastian says, "Silly, playing a year of flings from the Two Drunk Fling podcast is silly, and I'm nearly finished with it. A year of flings is that's a serious commitment. I am just not a poly teamer. I'm just not a mono teamer. I am a poly teamer. I will play all the teams."
I agree completely. My Blood Bowl team, I've got so many teams on there. Too many.
Yeah.
I have to scroll through for like a minute to find one.
The worst thing is on BB2 where you've got the mixed teams as well.
Yeah.
Oh, the brews just happen, and they just the list grows and grows and grows. Been enjoying ogres with chaos dwarves. That's a really potent mix.
Oh, I didn't expect that.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, well, I was thinking about ogres and dwarves, but Blood Bowl 2 does not have that option. So I went with the Chaos Dwarves, and then obviously that just escalated into taking a Chainsaw Guy because you cannot turn down a Chainsaw Guy. Yeah, quite good. Quite happy with that team.
Yeah, I was going to be going to Bonehead Bowl, and I was going to be running an Orcs and Undead there because
Ooh, that is a meaty team.
Just they're the models I have, and I thought make up some lore about it. Have some fun with it, but they don't have any mixed team things in Blood Bowl 2 for it. So I was
I know that's a tricky
a
side.
little bit gutted trying to
the mixed team rules that we use for Bonehead Bowl. We tried to keep them kind of simple. We've got the alignments, but it's just two teams. Just put them together. But BB2 has just gone right. For this team, you can have these 3 specific teams. For this other team, you can just have like any 7 and just take whatever you want. It's pure hell. Can't imagine playing that on the tabletop. Would just be carnage. Sebastian said he started last year in July. You are nearly there. Rob's still live using mobile data. So on the pitch, we're seeing the ball drive up. We're seeing the Tsangor drive up on the left-hand side. Had to re-roll a go for it there. We've got a 2-die block here against this guy.
So last turn we had this Zangor with the ball able to get a touchdown. It looks like AlphaWolf is stalling out to make it so that these werewolves don't get the ball on their attacking drive, or at least don't get that so quickly.
Well, kicking back to werewolves is always a tough gig because that movement 8 supported by strength 3 and frenzy means they are I don't know, they've got to be the third most maneuverable piece in the game after war dancers and gutters.
Oh yeah, probably.
Rob says most versatile team is Human, Amazons, Norse, Valkyrie. That's the League of Humans or something, isn't it? That's bound to be. That's very very racially patriotic of you, Rob. Going all humans. He says he's also done the Year of the Fling. It just sounds like punishment. I'd rather do 12 teams over a year. But I really only finish a team off.
A month.
Yeah, I think that'd be great.
That team for a month. That would be good, actually.
Get some games in, just plough through. My dream is to do a 24-hour stream and do 24 teams in 24 hours with Blood Bowl 2. But I was reminded that I might... Yeah, I was going to say, I was reminded I might die. Rob, TO of this, wants me to do a 24-hour stream of Dungeon Bowl and just have people cycle in, which I think is quite a cool idea. 2-die block here, double both down. Pro does not.
Pro doesn't help.
So now it's going to be a team reroll with a 4+. Doesn't get the team reroll, doesn't go for it. It's a result of a both down. And we get... No, just prone. And it's over to the red team's turn 5 here for Necro. That ball carrier is... He looks like he's on course for a very good blitzing here. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean... I don't think the ball carrier is going to be standing after this turn. They've got the rerolls for the frenzy blitz. They can get in there. They can push him through. He's got no defensive skills, so
it's literally just a blitz in with the werewolf here. Surely the zombie's already on the ball carrier. That's straight away a 2-die block and a frenzy push into another 2-die block. That's really
matter where the ball goes.
Yeah, it's really bad for Tzeentch. Was that one turn too many, do you think? Was that a turn too far?
Yeah, I think they got a little greedy.
But I think when you're playing against... I mean, let's face it, the Necro team is high octane. Stalling for time is probably wise if you can. I'm really bad at that. That's one of my failings, is I'd rather score turn 2, turn 3 and then play defense. Just... I don't know. The more touchdowns we get, the better. It's a double pushback. Here's the blitz from the werewolf. And another pushback skull. That's huge.
Rob's put something really interesting in chat. He's put, if you were to make a team just out of linemen, mix and match from any team, what would you pick?
Oh, man. That is a question.
Gotta have some beastmen in there.
Beastmen are brilliant. I mean, you've just said they're basically positionals. Because they're basically blitzers. They've got to be the best blitzers in the game for linemen.
Yeah. And then
Dark Elf.
I'd put some Dark Elf in there, some zombies. I think because
zombies are good. Zombies. Yeah, zombies are great. Regeneration. They've got no edge. They've got no movement, but just to take punches. Yeah, zombies probably as your linemen. Your Dark Elves.
Just like runners.
Yeah. And then Beastmen as your blitzers.
Beastmen blitzers. Can't think of anything else.
Yeah, I mean...
I'd really go for.
Dwarf...
Maybe a stunties just for fun.
Oh, yeah. Goblins or Noblars or something.
Do Skinks count as linemen? I think Skinks.
Yeah, oh man, Skinks are great. An all Skink team with just a Croxagore is great fun on BB2, and when you chuck in 3 extra Croxagores, you've got yourself a secret team that's top of the league. So yeah, Skinks are kind of good.
Despite all of our insistences that he wouldn't, the Zangor is still standing.
He's taking his 3rd block here. That was
that was a 1-die pushback.
Oh yeah, but he's already been blocked twice.
Yeah.
By the werewolf taking a 2-die push, 2-die push, 1-die push from the zombie. That's incredibly resilient. And now it's down to new guy on turn 6 to try and find a way out of this and to get a score. Sebastian also in chat says Euroflings is quite fun. My NAF ranking is under 100, but my record is 10-1-29. It's quite okay, and played them on the World Cup in Austria. Oh, wicked. And Rob's put in there 24-hour Dungeon Ball. Who's up for it? I would never turn down a game of Dungeon Ball. All right, Matt. What are the options here for the Tzeentch team?
Tzeentch have got to get a. Who's that? That's the. If they can get that zombie off of that Tzeentch warrior there.
In the middle. In the middle.
In the middle.
Hand off.
Hand off.
And then plow up. Is that the strength 5 guy as well? It is the strength 5 guy in the middle with the lucky charm. Okay, so big
for it, but
big block on the werewolf. It's only a skull and a pushback.
They're trying to kill him against the sides, I think.
Just to protect. Yeah, I mean, I can't even see a good blitz for them to get that zombie away from the ball carrier. 2-die block on the white, though. Power push, stunned, follows up. So that's the white out of it for almost the rest of the half.
They could hypnogaze the... Oh, no, they can't get anyone in there who can hypnogaze, can they? There's just the guy who you would need to move.
Yeah, if they can get someone on that zombie, they can get a profitable block. But I tell you what, there is still the option here of a blitz with this Beastman. Taking up to strength 4, getting the 2-die block on the zombie, pushing him away, and then running in to the midfield. But there's just Necromantic players everywhere. There's no safe spot.
I think the blitz is going to come from the ball carrier on the zombie.
Yeah.
And then he's not going to follow up, and he's just going to run around into the centre.
Next to the strength 5 guy.
Next to the strength 5 piece, just for a little bit of
protection. Yeah, I can see that being a profitable option. I don't know. Otherwise, it's a dodge, and although there's still a reroll on the go.
A blitz from...
Ooh, blitz, both down for the big guy.
Team reroll for pushback, both down.
That is bold.
That wasn't the big guy, I don't think.
But no, it was not the big guy. It was the Beastman. You're right.
Yeah.
I always get nervous when I see all the both downs come from the big guy because you know that loner is going to hurt you. Just goes for an absolute all on the dice dodge there and gets it with a 6.
No, and in oh
my! Oh, he tries to hand off to the Strength 5 Chaos Warrior and he absolutely fumbles it. Needed a 2+, rolled the 1, dropped the ball. The good news for the Tzeentch player is that ball is in 3 tackle zones, so the likelihood of a steal is quite low. But the likelihood of a touchdown here now takes it into tricky nonsense level, I reckon.
Do you think we'll see a card played?
Well,
I think we might.
Red
Depends
team.
What they've got,
red team's got what? 2 cards.
Yeah, red team's got a magic item and a dirty trick.
Interesting.
And, blue team's got a magic item.
Are there any magic items that are kind of instant effects? That's the question.
Yeah, there's a couple, I think.
Then maybe.
There's like beginning of turn one where it's like pass effect, pass an accurate opponent to get +1 intercept. That's odd.
Even the +1 wouldn't have helped there for the catch. Anthony in chat says slash laugh at that brutal catch fail.
Most of the magic items are either temporary buffs or long-term buffs. So
we're not going to see any gotchas with that then. So
no, it's the dirty trick for those.
yeah. Right, Clawvid Town. What are we going to see them do here? They've stood up one guy already, this zombie, and looks like they're thinking through their options. If we do have an interesting card, that could be quite cool. AlphaWolf says, this is intense. Painter says, yeah. Doesn't help those warriors edge 3 as well. No, it doesn't. Those warriors are awesome. And I'm trying really hard not to order another box of Chaos Warriors here and find some extra arms from somewhere. We got a blitz on the go here. Who's blitzing? It's the golem. In there.
Trying to free up the ball. That's...
Oh, he takes it on the warrior to free up the werewolf and the golem and does stun him. So that warrior is out for half. So now the werewolf and this zombie are free to just mob in there and put tackle zones on the ball.
Yeah. I mean, that's the idea. The Necro are under no pressure to get the ball and score, are they? They're just under the pressure to stop Tzeentch from scoring.
It's an opportunity if they can, but otherwise, yeah, they should have a really good offensive drive. Next turn, and be able to
Has it
score
caused any damage so far?
next half. We got 2 guys out in reserve. That's normal. 2 guys in reserve. That's normal as well. So yeah, no carnage so far. But I think the great thing about having claws is that it only works if you can get the blocks in and the targets are high strength. We're going to get a golem 2-die block here on a beastman of the golem's choice. Skull pushback. So no damage, but does put another tackle zone on the ball if he chooses to. He chooses not to follow up.
Preserving the flesh column, maybe, so he doesn't get bashed.
Well, that is the strength 5 Tzeentch warrior in the middle.
But still, it's armor 9.
But the werewolf with the invulnerability belt jumps into the fray, though.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
And a triple block here.
Pushback.
Yeah, nothing much on that familiar. These guys are running some pretty gentle dice so far.
Knuckles just warming up.
Oh yeah, well, maybe he's just tired after the game earlier, or the games earlier, because we had some brutal ones today. As long as the dice are kind of more gentle when it comes to Sunday night when I get my snotlings out again, I'll be happy.
Playing against.
Dodge away there for the werewolf. Doesn't look like he knows where he's headed next. A tricky one. Could zip up here and jump in and put another tackle zone on the ball, but that would leave it a really juicy target for a big block from the Tzeentch warrior. It's an interesting choice here. So if you had a Chaos Warrior and he rolled a strength up in a 4-game league, would you take it, or would you take block for the extra consistency?
I mean, which one's more fun, really? Strength 5 all the way. I wouldn't. That's one of the things where I should think about it, or I just click.
Yeah, well, I actually happen to agree with you, but I think from a purely statistically better point of view, I'm not sure if that's the right way.
I don't know. I think so. From playing, there is only one thing I've learned from playing these elementals, and that is that a strength 5 ball carrier is. It might not be unstoppable, but your opponent thinks it's unstoppable.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
They will be very careful making a block against that thing.
Because you've just got no chance.
And extra arms. It's got extra arms 3 edge. It's got the potential to pick up or get from a handoff. And it's strength 5, so...
Okay, Beastman jumps in there, gets the ball with 2 tackle zones, and then dodges out again using a team reroll. Hands off to another Beastman, who gets the catch and the touchdown. Wow!
Fair play from Tzeentch there. That
went from stall to 100 miles an hour in literally no time at all. I reckon we've got another ninja here, and he looks like a 3-armed Beastman. Painted blue. That was a proper ninja play. That was brilliant. Damn those extra arms. Actually, that's a really... And big hand.
Big hand.
Of course.
You didn't even need the 6.
That was just a cheeky 2+ pickup.
Oh my god.
And then a 3+ dodge away.
Caught those the Necro coach. Just off guard completely.
Caught me off guard, and I've had all the time in the world to look at these players and read their rules, and I still would have got that completely wrong. That is brutal there.
Get some cheers in there.
That was a really, really big play. It would have been appropriate to give them a big hand for that. Oh, Blood Bowl puns.
Right.
Good cup of tea.
So now we're looking for a real tight defense from Tzeentch for a couple turns. Stop those werewolves getting the stretch touchdown.
I was getting a bit nervous, and I'm still nervous here at the open sideline so far.
Well, the werewolves can only get so far in a single turn, and there's only 2 of them who can move that fast. I mean, you can get the ghoul in.
Well, you've got the ghoul. I'd say use the ghoul to pick up the ball, and then put a white...
Side page?
Well, I was going to say, put a white on the line with a werewolf. Put the other werewolf just a square short of the line of scrimmage. And just blitz round there. If you can get the werewolf the ball or the white the ball, you can build a sideline cage, but with a lack of dodge, it's going to be really easy for the Tzeentch team to mob that side cage. So I don't know, it's going to be tricky. It's going to be a tricky 2-turn drive here for Necro, but they can definitely pull it off. And if they do, it's going to set them up really well at the beginning of the second half.
It is.
So Matt, when you set up, do you normally have all the squares covered? Because we've seen a lot of defences that are just kind of central focus with the wide zones almost completely open.
Setting up is probably the thing I'm worst at in Blood Bowl. Because, defending, my main thing is to cover all bases that my opponent would try and like capitalize on. Like if I'm playing against dwarves, I might leave the wide zones open to keep that middle stronger.
Yep.
If I'm playing against lizard men, or if I was playing against Necro, I'd
go wide.
Maybe a couple of people in the wide zones.
Yeah.
Some ones with block, or some ones that I don't really care if they get blocked.
Just to take that, just to force that line of engagement further up the pitch. Okay, good kick here into the midfield. It's quite close, 4 squares from the line of scrimmage. It's going to be in a pretty good spot for both these ghouls. Oh no, blitzers. Where's the ghoul? Is he right there? Where is the ghoul? Oh, yeah, the ghoul is wide.
There. He's just sprinted
oh, that is...
up the side of the pitch.
Ah, we're going to see ghoul go right and a werewolf go left, do you think, for a stretch play? Keeping the options open.
Fantastic passes.
No, I know.
What we might see this werewolf run up, and then we'll have them mob the ball, and we'll get a handoff, or a short pass handoff, to just like hand off from the white to the werewolf, run up. We got short pass, run up.
Got a block there on the Tzeentch warrior from the golem. Just knocks him down. Nothing too serious. Another block here from the golem onto both down and push. Badly hurt. Apothecary him back into.
But still, that's some start play points for that flash goal. Another MVP possibility.
Absolutely, MVP. And then, do these guys get general skills on level ups?
Flash goal is their general strength, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, so could be a blocking golem at the end of this game. But yeah, we've got werewolf on the left, ghoul on the right with a zombie tagging. It's a pretty effective way to envelop the line of scrimmage there. And of course, taking out a strength 4 player is quite useful too.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Even getting him out for the drive is really nice, because it balances out that strength advantage that the Tzeentch definitely have here.
And that other werewolf goes deep. I have seen this exact play in the NFL. This is 3 deep, and it looks like a passing play, right? But it can't be. It's got to be this white here now who goes for the ball. If he muffs it up, which he doesn't, he gets it. Interesting. See the zombie move up here to protect. And I think you're right. I think if there's a way for them to break out and get it into handoff distance, there's a chain there. That is a cool set piece play. I have to say, my Necro knowledge is limited entirely to 7s.
I've never played as Necro, and the only time I've played against them is against the AI, so...
it's a free win. Have you ever lost against the AI? It's a very embarrassing experience.
I think the first times I played, I did, because the way I got into Blood Bowl, I was playing with there's just 2 people there's me and there's someone else I know who plays it, and he got me into it. So he just thrashed me over and over again with his Dark Elves. So I got the game, and I played against the AI. And the first game against the AI, I did something really stupid, and they scored they got 4-0.
It's definitely a shameless way to learn what not to do, isn't it, against the AI? Alright, so Familiar tags both those werewolves. Beastman in the backfield tags another one as well.
Against the flash golem.
Will that just allow a decent block here? I can't see any benefits of movement.
Yeah, no, that's...
Oh, it's because he stood up. He might as well. It's a freebie.
Ah, right, okay.
I think that was literally just he stood up, so he had a free Hypnogaze attempt. Another Beastman up the back, so the werewolves are now each in 2 tackle zones. Pow here on the zombie.
Like a zombie instead of a flush golem, even though the flush golem's hit mode. Oh, okay, getting into base contact, right.
Yeah, that's good play.
With the blitz.
That's good play. That Hypnogaze massively helped there.
Yeah, and if that white keeps dodging like he has been, that's going to be...
The good news is that's Paxton, and it's Eric that has no feet. So...
Ah, right, yeah.
It's not quite as bad as it looks. Breaks the armor of a zombie here and stuns him in place.
Dice this last turn.
Yeah. Chase. Who's Chase? Rob says he loses to the BB AI all the time. Rob, is that because you're playing absurd teams? Because that's allowed. And you can still get diced out by the AI. And it depends how brave you play. 2 die here, both down pow. No armor break. 2 dice here from the big guy. Pow, pow, push. Come on, let's see Mighty Blow do some damage. Stunned. I can't say that Mighty Blow took any benefit in that, but you know. Okay, it's turn 8 for the first half. Necro have the ball. They've also got a lot of tackle zones on everybody they've got.
Tzeentch player has put a bit of a...
Dude, Tzeentch players for the win all of the time.
Yeah, they put a bit of a spanner in the works for these Necro, hasn't it?
It's going to be a real interesting sequence here. If that guy there wasn't strength 5, if the guy on the ball carrier wasn't strength 5, you could see a reasonable blitz. It's foul appearance. Saves. This familiar at the top.
They've had to use the...
Use the reroll. Gets pow pow. Doesn't even break the armor.
Ooh! Oh my god.
Oh, foul appearance saves another one against the werewolf. AlphaWolf in chat says, right now he rolls pals. So that takes that werewolf out of contention. That could have been some free SPP for that player. He only needs
I think the play here is going to be dodge out 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Go for it, and then a short pass to the werewolf, who probably won't catch it, but if he does, he can dodge out and run into the end zone.
We're going to see a golem block in the centre here. Skull, both down. That is going to end the half. Oh, do we see a death?
And a resurrection as a zombie.
So, that death is, in fact, Barry, the Tzeentch warrior. That is a brutal play. And it's even worse that he gets replaced on the other pitch. Oh, carnage. I cannot remember the other chats. The other emotes. They're not really emotes in Fumble, but you know, why not? So, where is the zombie? Does he keep the player's name?
He does.
Oh, that's so good. Barry the zombie zoins the undead team.
I don't know about Necro, but it's customary for undead to fell the former team's best player with the
zombie,
the recently stolen zombie.
That's only if you can't find a way to score the winning touchdown with them, surely. Just for,
what difficulty do you play with the AI?
I don't know. Medium or hard? I've never set it on easy, but I've never really moved it.
On easy. I've set it on easy to see what it was like, and I've tried all 3 of them, and it doesn't really affect how the AI plays.
It's the
just
dice.
The dice roll,
yeah.
Which is so I play them on normal because
you kind of get more honest dice there.
More honest dice, just a really bad opponent.
The good thing about playing on with high difficulty to get bad dice is it does help train you to expect failure.
Oh, I don't need that. I get bad dice all the time.
Well, playing 7 certainly taught me how to fail at Blood Bowl, because with no rerolls, you've got to really process what you're doing, and I think that's why I love 7s. It's just so punishing. It's
I'll
Yeah.
drag one of my friends into 7s at some point. Never played a game of it.
It's so good. It's dangerously good. Oh, Anthony in chat, thank you so much. Spectators are cheer, boo, stomp, crickets, clap, shock. Hey, Mitch, welcome back. Anthony, thank you. Let's drop a message to him. That was a superb save there. So there's cheer, there's boo, there's stomp, there's ah.
Shocked it. Oh!
And everyone's demonstrating. Cool. So Tzeentch are going to be kicking off here, and they are down a very important player. So they've had to draft in one of their familiars to take the place of a Strength 4 Ag 3 Chaos Warrior. Not ideal.
Not the greatest trade, is it?
No, not at all. But they've still got 3 Chaos Warriors. One of them is Strength 5. They've still got a mutated Ogre and 3 Beastmen. 3 really good Beastmen.
We've got the full movement play from the Necro here, because we've got the Ghoul and the 2 werewolves on field, and just the reserves just full of zombies.
Yep, that's the all-action package there, definitely. Right, it's kick-off time for Tzeentch. Where is the ball going to go? Surely they're just going to kick it to the sweet spot here. Or do you think they're going to gamble on edge kick?
I think they'll go for the sweet spot.
With the movement of Necro, they don't quite have the strength to overpower, I think, this front line. With some decent blocks they could, but it's going to be quite easy, I think, for... It's a dirty trick.
A dirty trick.
Oh,
Witch's Brew.
It's the Witch's Brew. You talked about that earlier, I think.
Yeah, it either gives no hands, jump up, really stupid, I think, or nothing.
Okay, so Clawvid Town get the 4th reroll from Brilliant Coaching. And...
Oh, it was no effect.
Oh, it's no effect.
Witch's Brew. Well, it was on Bob, and it was...
Oh.
Bob. Bob is the strength 5.
No.
It was
Oh, yeah,
snake
Bob is
oil.
the strength
Tastes
5.
bad, but no effect.
Oh, that would have been interesting.
It would have.
It's also kind of harsh for any kind of player with extra arms to end up with no hands. That's just brutal. It's just a theme fail. Right, here we go. We're opening the second half. Necromantic are 1-0 down against Tzeentch. Very interesting match so far. We've seen a bit of a wild swing in dice. They've gone hot, they've gone cold. Past Witch's Brew. Here we go. So the white is moving up to tag a Beastman on the left-hand side.
I think we're going to see a mirror play of that on the other side.
It feels like that's Painterpart's MO here. And to be fair, the drive at the end of the first half was very effective. If it wasn't for some good counterplay by AlphaWolf, I think it would have been successful as well.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay, Ghoul is going up and blitzing the Beastman. Just a push.
Try and get some casualty
SPP there.
star player points on the goal. You need him leveled up.
He's at 3, so a touchdown would do it for that guy.
Yeah, a touchdown or the MVP.
So Ghoul's first skill in an event like this, is it just block?
For the single one?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got to be.
I
He's
mean,
a ball handler. You've got him in the cage, and if they do somehow manage to get into him...
yeah, having block is key. Sure hands is not a bad shot, but realistically, you're only using it once or twice a game.
Yeah, burn the rerolls. You can't burn the rerolls for block. You can't replace block with rerolls.
So you can't reroll in their turn, but block does work in their turn.
Yeah.
Okay, so the Wolf has the ball, and there we see we've got a little pack there. We've got 2 by 2 going up. With a white and a ghoul. That is an expensive sideline right there. Yeah, an expensive sideline, but could be really efficient. So, there is a Zarn Ghoul in base contact with the white. So that's 1 block, but I can't see a profitable blitz here hitting the Necro team on the ball carrier. Okay, well let's find out what he's going to do. There's always the titchy 3-die up blitz. I'm a huge fan of that. Could just be the familiar's time to shine, but it might not be there just yet.
Vulnerability belt do again?
Did you say ignores the first armor break against him?
I think that was the.
Oh, that's the
other thing,
lucky
the
charm. Invulnerability was basically it ignores all rend, so ignores Mighty Blow and Claw, I think.
Yeah, yeah, I've got it up here. Ignore no modifiers or rerolls on armor, so no Mighty Blow, no Claw, no
Fouling if assists
piling
then
on,
as well.
and for fouling assists, yeah.
Oh, interesting. It's so cool. I'm really loving these magic items. Now, Matt, what do you think about this? Being able to choose cards before the game. Choose, not get random. What do you think to that?
I think it'd be. I think it wouldn't be good in a format where only the team who's lower gets inducements. In this, where we've got two like extra pools of money that everyone gets with the 100k free inducements, it'd be okay because both teams get the massive advantage, which is getting to pick a really good magic item. But in one where only one person gets it, that's ridiculous.
Yeah. See, one thing we've spoken about a couple of times on the podcast is I like list building, which is probably why Bono Bowl and Sevens and everything is so exciting for me. But I like the idea of being able to choose special play cards at the point of list building, so you could run a team and then you could actually take a magic item as part of your team's makeup. Could be quite interesting. We got Hypno Gaze there on a Golem, allowing this Beastman to blitz through, hit that Wolf, get a power push, knock him down. It's the Wolf with dodge though. So he's got an opportunity of following up onto the Ball Carrier, but if he does so, he is likely to suffer a 2-die Frenzy block from either the Ball Carrier or his friend. Looks like he's going to leave him in place.
But with the picking special play cards on team build, I've messed around with similar ideas, just on paper, not played them, of like hiring like a team wizard like there's a choice of wizards you get, and it just works like a normal wizard, but it's like the undead spike one and the lizardman spike one.
Yeah.
And just like design like 5 of those or something, and just a team build, everyone gets a wizard.
I love that. It's just more ways to play. We've got serious injury here. It's -1
regenerates.
Agility. He does regenerate. What was that? Just a zombie?
-1 edge on a zombie is
it's a freebie anyway, isn't it?
It's not the end of the world.
Oh no, he's never taken the ball then. But still, regenerate means that he has got all the reserves, and I think that means that they're 10 apiece now on the pitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. No, the Tzeentch team was saved by the familiars there. So the Necro are now driving against a team with one more player.
Not the strongest defense at the top there, is it?
What, this one familiar book guy?
Yeah.
Given that Tzeentch doesn't even give a negative to dodging through. No. It seems like a pretty easy. It's magic item.
Inertia Damper.
That is a very Star Trek
-1 strength while blitzing.
The opponent's player is strength.
This try.
Interesting.
Opponents get -1 strength while blitzing. But does that mean when you... Oh,
yeah.
so it's their guys. So
So
it's not while you're blitzing them, they get -1 strength. It's
hey,
while they're blitzing you.
that's not bad when you are quite likely to be blitzed here by either someone with strength 4 or horns. That's
Negates
gonna
the horns, yeah.
Well, it negates horns, but it also drops those Chaos Warriors just to regular humans, so they don't even get +1 on the blitz. So the likelihood of those 2-die blocks now going, well, 2-die blitzes going to 1-die could be all the difference here.
I kind of do want to see Fumble explode when they try and blitz with a strength 1 piece there with that.
Infinite loop, just infinite dice on the screen. Maybe that's what someone did this afternoon when it went down. It's all Rob's fault. Right. 2 dice, foul appearance. Team reroll. Both down, pow. You're quite right. That poor familiar almost.
His armor. I've seen so many 2s and 1s and double 1s for armor breaks.
That's because Nuffle loves Tzeentch players because it's a heroic way. It's Blood Bolt on heroic mode. That werewolf is in a pretty good spot now. We've got a ghoul and another werewolf there, able to bring up and form some kind of defense around him. Yeah, the ghoul is active now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's peculiar. Right. I'm confused. Nope, Ghoul's gone there to stop that Zarngor from blitzing direct in. That's a solid play. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the Beastman can blitz, but it's only going to be on a 1 die. And that's only if he can get some support over there. That's a pretty decent defensive situation.
That's going to be a 2 die their favour, isn't it? Because of the -1 strength.
He's going to be blitzing at strength 3 against a strength 3 target then. Yeah, that's what I mean. So he has to get...
Oh, he'll have to do 2 go for it to get the 1 die.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, he will. It's going to be a massive stretch play. And probably more of a gamble than I think we've seen AlphaWolf take. That said, at the end of the first half, the stretch play with the catch was pretty good. Fun fact in chat from Anthony says, you can shake the dice and fumble. The program recalculates the odds every time you mouse over an icon like a POW to shake the armor.
Not sure what he means by that. Fun fact, you can shake the dice and fumble.
Yeah, John said Horns. Horns is going to be beneficial, but the magic item, the magic spell that is live here is penalising the Tzeentch team.
Is that it? Are we out of inducements now? Oh no, we still have 1 magic item card from the red team, which I am very excited to see.
That's a dirty trick card, isn't it?
It's a magic item. They used their dirty trick. It was the Witch's Brew.
Oh, okay, fine. So we got Inertia and Dampener, Lucky Charm.
Lucky Charm.
Belt of Invulnerability, Witch's Brew. Yeah, you're right. They've got 1 more magic item to use. This is an absolute stacked game.
Oh, yeah.
Right. Using Hypno Gaze there to take a zombie out of action. Freeze up one of the familiars to move in and tag both werewolves with familiars now. Now, even though they're only strength 1, that is a tackle zone. That means they're going to have to block or blitz away. And here's the blitz. It's 2 dice.
Double both down. That's not the worst it could have been.
Surely we... Oh, rolls it into a POW. That was bold. And he was rewarded. Oh, and he's knocked out.
He was rewarded. Wow.
Wow. Man, well, you did say Nuffle favours the bold. That was a strong play and a very bold reroll. I probably would have settled for that both down and just ended my turn and just forced them to roll dice, but that is huge.
Yeah, I don't think that Zangor is going to be on the field for much longer, though, if he can get an assist on a block there.
Yeah, it's going to be the frenzy off.
The field.
I'm not sure.
The werewolf will be on the end.
Yeah, I'm not sure where they're going to... I don't know how they can capitalise on this.
The Tzeentch or the Necro?
That's Tzeentch right here. I suppose it's possible that the familiar that we've got active now... Oh, interesting. Just to tag that Ghoul in place. I was going to say it could just dodge through the tackle zones to put another tackle zone on the ball. And with sidestep... oh, they don't have sidestep. They've got foul appearance instead. See, Snotlings are the superior Blood Bowl race. This guy's knocked down, saved by his armour. 2-die block here on the white. Both down. The white, with his block skill, gets away with that. Forces a turnover. So it is Clawvid turn 3. They're driving. The ball is loose and in 2 tackle zones. It's not a great situation.
But they've got the rest of the half to equalise if they need to.
They might have to, but the thing is, the Tzeentch team, it's not the fastest, but it's got that agility edge, extra arms, big hand. They can, and have shown that they can, break away real quick. If this Tzeentch team manages to scoop that ball up in their next turn and move it up the pitch, this could be a nail in the coffin for the Necromantic team. That's 2. That's 2 Blood Bowl puns. I like your suggestion here with the werewolf taking the frenzy blitz, the frenzy block on that Zarngor.
No one's really there who could go in and push the werewolf off the field, is there? I mean, there's the 3-die uphill.
Yeah, I was going to say,
Got
it's
me
the
right
familiar. It's the familiar blitz at that point. Could the werewolf take the frenzy attack on the familiar instead? It doesn't get rid of the beastman, but it would get the familiar off the ball.
Something that would be funny. It can't happen now, but oh wait, no, it can because that was the ghoul. Would be blocking the.
Ooh, casualty.
That would hurt.
That ghoul gets those extra 2 SPP. He needs 1 more for a level.
But something that would be maybe not orthodox, but blocking the Dante.
He's
thing.
gone. He's gone.
Oh,
Frenzied him off. Moved up the white to support and the ghoul and frenzied that guy off the pitch. And he's knocked out. Sorry to interrupt you there, but that was a big moment.
no, it was, yeah.
Sorry, you were saying?
I was going to say blocking someone onto the ball and just hoping, which would not have worked. But
I don't know. I don't know. Where's the other werewolf?
gone. Where is he? He's knocked out.
Oh, I see. That was
the
a shame.
invulnerability belt one as well.
I was kind of hoping that the other werewolf would be down south because, yeah, actually a ball going into the crowd.
Throw it onto the
field
somewhere. Werewolf goes and scoops it up. But I think there's more of a risk of the Tzeentch going and picking it up there.
The good thing about the positioning here from the Necro team is that there's no way for that Beastman to get onto the ball and make the advantage of extra arms and hands now because it's going to be multiple blocks, multiple dodges to get in there. I do.
Big hand. Oh, it's the Zangors that have big hand.
Yeah, but they don't really have the ability to jump into somewhere through tackle zones. Well, it's a 4+ dodge into there, followed by another 4+ dodge. It's a huge play. Painterpart says, thought I'd blown that completely by not marking up the Zangor with the ghoul. I don't know, it's not a bad spot. There's one tackle zone. Yes, it's the Tzeentch player's turn and they can move some guys up to mob the ball here, but all the Necro team really has to do here is clear off that familiar. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Clear that clear the familiar off the ball, and then the wolf is just in, pick up, and a go for it for an immediate touchdown at that point. Push back here with a 2-die block. Freeing up this Beastman.
Assuming foul appearance doesn't do anything bad, that's not bad odds for getting the...
Ooh, we've got a Beastman blitz here on the ghoul. He's going to put him right in the way. That does certainly mean that the wolf would now have to take the long way round. Unless the white blocks the familiar off and the ghoul uses the wolf to support a block just to push that Zangor back one space. That would give the wolf the running lane, but it's kind of a desperation play. We've got a failed dodge here, using a team reroll to keep him up on his feet, and now you've got a strength 4 player and a strength 3 player pinning the werewolf and the ghoul against the sideline. That is a horrible situation. Yeah, Hypno fails. That would have been quite useful right there to get that extra tackle zone off the ball. Pow push back here on the golem from the big guy.
Pro to reroll that, really stupid.
Oh, he is out. And he does not regenerate. That's a flesh golem out, and it was a flesh golem that actually had SPP as well. That is a huge moment.
Really, really, like, killy tournament. I think that's the 6th death I've seen.
Oh, it's crazy. I think we need to get Rob to counter the deaths while he's counting up the fouls there. That is brutal for the Necro team, just in the way of the tournament. I'm hoping he's got enough cash to replace him, because what are the golems, 100k, something like that? Maybe even a bit cheaper? Like yeah. So definitely affordable.
The Necro did have a lot of inducements though. They had an extra 100k worth of inducements actually. So on top of the 100k we got given.
Okay, Clawvid Town has 70k in the treasury right now. So assuming it's enough. What have we got? It's Clawvid Town.
They'll get more than 30k from this game, surely.
Oh, I don't know, man. There's always the one. I'm not sure if they had fame. They might have fame. All I need Sorry, man. AlphaWolf is being a gentleman in the chat there. It's magic item time. Gitka's strength?
Strength. Gitka's strength of the bear. Beginning of your turn. +1 strength, and then -1 strength. Lasts for this drive. So who's that given to?
Is it the werewolf?
Jason.
No, it's the ghoul.
That ghoul is now strength 4, but next drive he's going to be strength 2.
Oh, that's all right for a ghoul.
Yeah.
That's all right. They're not lying, guys. Having a strength 4 guy right now is pretty useful because that can clear out that Tzeentch warrior. But there's a lot of blocks that need to happen here, and not a lot of pieces to make it happen. If the ghoul takes the Tzeentch warrior out, the white could take the book guy out, but then the werewolf is going to have to blitz free of that Zarngor. That's a lot of dice. That's a lot of blocks. And I think it's appropriate that Painterpart is taking his time to plan out this turn, because this is probably one of the most pivotal turns of the game here. Anthony in chat says the -3 dice surf there. I assume that was earlier when the guy was against the sideline. Brilliant. Rob has asked in chat, Matt, does the killing matter more than its league play? Does it make it better or worse? Oh, foul appearance again. Team reroll to get over that, and then punishes the hell out of him with a triple pow, basically. Come on, let's see the armor be higher than a 3. Oh, should have chosen my words carefully. The armor was broken, but the stun was only a 4. So at least we see an armor break.
I think the killing definitely does matter more than it's league play, not tournament, because tournaments are usually in resurrection format, aren't they?
Yeah, normally resurrection 3 to 6 rounds with 11s. It's interesting. It feels more like an actual what you might see in a one-day sporting event, or like a week-long sporting event, because the things that happen really happen and they affect all your guys. I really like it. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't think I would. I was like, oh, it's gonna hurt a bit, but oh, the werewolf bounces off, gets the ball, takes the blitz, pow push both down. That guy does not have dodge. He goes down. Oh, even with claws, doesn't break the armor. Gets the dodge away.
Oh wait, he's got the...
Come on, is it a go for it into the end zone?
Go for it.
Are we going to see it? Or is he going to make us wait? Painterpart's asked, go for it, touchdown.
That was a hell of a drive.
That was a really messy drive and a really risky play there, but well done to figure out those pieces and make it happen.
Zangor's woken up. The werewolf has not woken up.
Ooh. So the Necro team is now running 1 werewolf and 1 golem, and has a strength 2 ghoul.
A lot of these have ended. Inertia Damper and Gitka's strength have ended. And the Whisperer didn't do anything. So where's the ghoul? Are we going to see this ghoul in reserves?
Has he got enough players? Oh, he does, because he's got all the zombies. There's a familiar badly hurt, and Barry is dead. So the Tzeentch guy, guys.
Got Dead Flesh Golem, not Tap Werewolf.
Yeah, it's this has been a costly match for these teams. Let me pop it back to you, Rob. What do you think about Resurrection versus League for a short tournament? Look at that. These coaches, professionals. It's nice to see that in the chat. Right, that is a interesting defense there. That looks like okay, there's the golem there to be the linebacker, but he's in the middle of the pitch. He's going to have a real small window. The ghoul being strength 2 is going to struggle. It's going to be all on the werewolf here to make that defensive play.
I'm guessing for a stretch play touchdown.
Yeah, that movement 7. He's just a rubbish gutter runner now, but still. Oh, perfect kick. Perfect kick there for the Necromantic team, pinning the Tzeentch in their own end zone. What do you think? Open up with the blocks, see what happens?
Yeah, I think that's most likely thing.
I love those little familiars.
I haven't had a problem with them. What are they meant to be?
There's a back in Warhammer 3rd edition maybe, there was this little pack that you can still buy now of little familiars that were just served as wizards like buddies. There's a mixture of them. There's like a little dragon, there's a little book. That one there is a book. There's some guy on stilts, there's a puppet. It's just a weird mix of models. I picked it up to use as snotlings, so I didn't see this team until recently, and I'm like, this is perfect.
We got really stupid.
Oh, the troll ogre man, big papa, really stupid.
Painterpart says hi to the Bonehead podcast. By the way, someone just told me we're live on there.
Hey guys, I did say hello earlier. It's great so far. Keep it up. And heart emoji and cheer.
Both down pushback on that zombie.
It's not really what you want, but it could have been much worse. Was that as a strength? Just the strength 4 guy. So, even though the troll has gone really stupid, they've still cleared the line of scrimmage. And picked up the ball because, of course, it's a 2+. Yeah, of course. These are my kind of beastmen. This is a great team. This is really interesting.
I really hope Games Workshop do eventually put out some official other Chaos God teams. Their Slanesh and their Tzeentch.
Well, I mean, there's still Khorne. I mean, Khorne isn't actually a Games Workshop team. It's sanctioned by Games Workshop for Cyanide. But
of course, it was made for Blood Bowl 1, wasn't it?
Exactly. So, as a tabletop, they don't have rules for it
No.
yet. And Bretonnian, Games Workshop have got a lot of design space where they can either go with what's been proven by the community to work or just reinvent. Either way, I'm going to be quite excited. But I tell you what I'd really like to see is them release some kind of alternative team, alternative rosters using just the models that are out. So, Underworld is a cracking example. Because it's going to be a great way for them to sell more models, like an all skink team with extra Croxigors when they finally bring out Croxigors. I can see them doing that in kind of like a compendium book or like a Death Zone, because it's a great way for them to sell more models and for us to have more teams to play with. And it would also be quite entertaining to see the rage hate on the Blood Bowl community from the Blood Bowl diehard fans, like when the Snotling team was announced.
I can't understand that at all. People have been begging for new content for ages, and as soon as they put out a new Stungy team, everyone's, but we're still down Khemri, we're still down vampires.
I think Games Workshop have proven you can never make everybody happy. And I think they've just completely and utterly given up trying, and I think that's fair enough. I think the more they do, so for example, bringing the Giant in, adding the new positionals and things, the more they do to Blood Bowl, the more it becomes a separate meta. You've got like the NAF CRP meta, and then you've got the Games Workshop meta, and I really like that. I like that Games Workshop are kind of making the game their own, and I know it's going to unbalance things, and I know it's going to mean that the meta that's been solved is going to be unsolved, but I can't see a Snotling team coming in and being anything other than tier 3. I'd be well excited if it was a tier 2 team.
With the release, what did they say? They said it was like a Blood Bowl on very hard mode.
Yeah, exactly.
Like the pipeline for it, so it's not. I don't think it's going to shake up the meta really, except being like, ogres are no longer the worst team in the game. But what's happening here? 3-die block.
Hey, I was confused. I didn't realise it was a 3-die block. I didn't see a load of skulls appear.
No actual advantage there. Just push back. Pow push on a dodge player.
That's tough, isn't it? That is tough. Here we go. Rob with some hot takes in chat. 40k player, advance the law. 40k, advance the law. 40k, advance the law. 40k, advance the law. Not like that. All right, cool.
Have you got a mod or a bot?
I do not.
It's just you've got a spam thing in chat.
Yeah, that's exciting. That's my first one. What can I tell you? That is quite exciting. Anyway, I'm sure that will get tedious. I never thought the chat would get...
Please don't click on that link. Anyone.
Let me bounce over to Tzeentch and see if I can do something about that.
It should be able to just ban it. /ban.
Oh god, that's a hell of a name. Bigid. Giddy. 5. Try that. Alright, cool. Spelled his name wrong. So can I just click on him? Can I do that? Oh, I can. There's a little button. Magical. That was much, much, much easier than me trying to get that ridiculous name right. Anyway, what have I missed?
We've had that.
Okay,
and
push back.
The Zangle has moved up into centre field. These Necro haven't really had the opportunity to capitalise on that great kickoff they got, have they?
Oh, it's such a shame. That was a perfect kick. At that point, you kind of almost buy yourself an extra turn. This is what I think about the skill kick and kickoff return. You kind of net yourself enough squares that it's almost a turn's worth. To see what's going on at Painterpart, I said tempted to tune in for tips. Shall I just tell him? Shall I just tell him to roll better?
Sent a message about that. Yeah, Rob's messaged us on Discord saying that people claim we're cheating if we're doing a kind of collab commentary on one of either of our games.
Oh no!
Yeah, which don't worry, Rob, we're not.
No.
It's not a conspiracy against the tournament.
Hardly. One thing I have experienced while I've been streaming is I actually got ghosted by my opponent, which was quite exciting. It was only James from the local league, but he said he was watching the stream and I was playing him. I don't know. I think I was playing it with my ogres or something, and he was listening. And he was me talking through what I wouldn't want to see happen, and he just went and did it. Every single time. And then afterwards he was like, oh yeah, no, it was great watching the stream. You were talking me through what to do. It was like you were coaching me to beat you. I was like, oh, James.
When we were playing Ogres versus Undead, there was a point where you said like, oh, if I were them, I'd move the white up here. And I thought, oh, I hadn't thought of that. And I just moved the white up.
But I tell you what, that's how I play tabletop as well.
Yeah, I talk through everything I'm doing because I like to justify it to myself that I'm not being a total idiot.
But we've got this weird climate at Wobble where generally speaking everyone tries to help each other unless it's the playoffs. So we've got Good Guy Lewis and Rick, and they'll both be playing against the guy and they'll be like, no. If you move him there first, you get 2 dice and it's much better for you. And it does happen sometimes. And I remember playing a game where I said, look, if you move this guy there, you turn that into a 3-die block and it's just way more efficient. And my opponent ran triple skulls and I felt like the worst person in the world. So is that the golem doing pushback? Again, no big dice here.
Kind of having a very static turn, aren't we? Nothing's really changing.
A midfield grind here. Well, it's all on the Tzeentch team, really. And if you look at their scoring opportunities, there's a Chaos Warrior. There is a Familiar. Now, the Familiar is still Edge 3. You don't get penalties for being touchy to catch, only to throw. So we've got a Chaos Warrior, we've got a Beastman, and we've got a Tzeentch player all on the right-hand side that are in a really good distance for scoring. And there's a Beastman down south as well that's got a bit of work to run around, but can still get into the backfield.
Yeah, I can see them. I can definitely see them making a side cage or a cage near the side.
On the
downfield.
Top or down.
Or I can see them doing it downfield or on the top because.
Ooh!
Oh, foul appearance again.
All the time.
That's incredible. That's got to be 4 or 5. Triple pow. Hello.
Triple pow to make up for it.
And badly hurt. Yeah, no, I think that was deserved with that foul appearance play.
That was the zombie. Oh, the zombie with 2-star player points.
Ah, that's a bit of a shame, but still. Steve, hey Steve, says props for helping opposing coaches. I often give a tip or two, but gently. Don't want to seem like I'm playing for them or thinking they don't know better than myself. Steve, that's really conscientious. You get points for that yourself. Yeah, it's. I find it useful when it looks like they're going to make a mistake, probably more than anything else, or there's just a better advantage. I suppose a clever coach could use those tips to help channel their opponent in a specific direction. But if you're going to next level people like that in a game of Blood Bowl, you really should be working for the government. So, you know, I think I'd rather have them using those powers for Blood Bowl than to perhaps save our country from a disaster.
Oh, the Lucky Charm paid off.
Oh, Lucky Charm worked.
It did, yeah. Bob has been
Saved by his armor.
His armor was broke by a 10, and the Lucky Charm just.
Yeah, on a foul. Good job, Bob.
So it looks like they are moving towards the top with these Tzeentches.
Yeah.
I assume the Tzeentches are just going to be more tackle zones, but they could be the actual ball handler.
4, 5, 6. Yeah, I mean, that Beastman with the ball is going to be able to make it into the opponent's side of the field. Hypnogaze just taking out tackle zones here. Now, last time I said that was a free action. It turned out to be absolutely pivotal to sacking the ball carrier. So I'm not going to say that again, but I don't know. Like a free action.
Hypnogaze is it really sneaks up on you. It's a great skill. It's really fun.
I've never seen it used so much as when you played against the Ethereal team.
But I mean, was it Stevie?
Yeah, it was Steven. Just went to town with the Hypnogaze on you. I've never seen it work quite so much.
It's the agility difference that he has the edge for on all of the Hypnogazers. So it was just
2-die block here on that poor ghoul. But dodge keeps him alive. But there's a pretty decent space there in the top for the Beastman to run up to. Nothing certain, especially when there's a werewolf on the pitch. And let's face it, whites are not bad players either.
Oh, definitely not.
Hey, Big Papa passes.
Roadblock in there.
Yeah, that's going to massively help. It's just great that he didn't fail really stupid. Ball up there, so look at that. It seems open from the back, but you've got these two anchors here at Strength 4 and Strength 5 just gumming up the line of scrimmage. The Necro team being essentially slow, they're not going to be able to get round. They're going to have to go through.
Werewolf can run round and put a less so now, but he can still run around and put a blockade there.
Yeah, no, I can see that. I wonder if we won't see, because this werewolf is the dodge werewolf. He could blitz through to the top, hit that familiar, and use the dodge to swing around onto the ball carrier in the open. But that's a bit of a bold play. Jace gets a dodge.
It would be 4-up rerollable, 4-up rerollable to be base contact with the ball carrier.
Yeah.
For the oh, sorry, no, that's so it'd be 5-up, 4-up, rerollable.
Yeah, but I'm thinking if for example the white was to move out of the way and the werewolf was to blitz up and into that, to replace that familiar spot, he would have a chance at getting on the ball carrier. But then he's just going to get blitzed apart by the high strength players in defence there.
Yeah, definitely. It's a bit of a tricky one for. Oh, AlphaWolf's left. What's happened?
Oh dear. I thought it was going quite well for him. May have just had a Java fail or something. So Matt, you're the zombie master. Can these zombies actually achieve anything? The ones that are down the lower half of the pitch. We've got a golem, which is, for all intents and purposes, a big zombie. And 2 other zombies here. Their movement forward, is that pinning them too far south?
The 2 at the bottom, I think, are out of play for this turn.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean they're out of play. Because they could move back and then they could gum up
The middle.
the Tzeentch warrior up here.
Yeah.
Next turn. But these two that are hypnogazed,
Yeah.
they are doing a great job of stopping these two Tzeentch warriors from doing anything useful. Because they can just like deactivate hypno or whatever, like recover from it, and then they're just 2 tackle zones. And then it's either a dodge, which the opponent does not want to make,
Well,
or
yeah.
a block, which takes up the turn.
Okay, AlphaWolf is back. Did you see? That sounds like a dodge to me.
Yeah, it was. It was the
Beastman down the bottom there.
oh, yeah.
Okay, that frees up those mighty undead players down the bottom. Did you see the result of the Norse Sea Elf game?
I didn't. Has it just gone up recently?
No, I just forgot to check when I got back.
Ah.
The Norse pulled out the 2-1 win against the Sealand Fairies. So Padster, running the Sea Elves, that actually was a pretty, not a favourite, but a pretty strong contender, has suffered his 2nd loss. And unfortunately,
And a
it's death. Yeah.
Yeah, so many deaths.
Well, I think you're right.
There's a -1 strength for the
Catcher.
for a Norse catcher. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, they're pretty cheap to replace, so they should be okay.
Are
But that, yeah, they're like 80k, I think.
Ah, that's all right then.
Yeah, that's
Let's
that is.
see how the standings are going after that. Well, those Norse have rocketed up. They're in 4th now,
Ooh, that's huge.
and the Sea Elves are 18th.
Oh no, I really don't want to play them. I don't feel like I would have a good matchup on that. So that does mean that there's a chance the Four Nations team could end up against the Norse, and that's just a big
decent chance, yeah.
testosterone fueled match. That's just mano a mano.
Does the North have a Yeti?
Oh yeah, the Norse have a Yeti.
Great.
Yeah,
Oh.
I was expecting it to see some work. See it do some work against the Sea Elves, because the Sea Elves are armor 9 basically across the board. So
Yeah.
I was kind of expecting that Claw Frenzy to do some work, and it looks like it did. It got 2 casualties in that game.
Right. That's what you want to see from a claw big guy, isn't it?
Yeah, that is exactly what you're expecting. So with 3 die block, resists the foul appearance, pushback, skull. These little guys have been really resilient. I'm absolutely loving them.
Crashed again.
Oh no, that is gutting.
Lucky we're not on time turns. Or are we?
I don't
No, we're
think
not.
that we are.
Up at the top there's a turn timer, but it's counting up, not down.
Yeah, I've never played with the turn timer on Fumble before, so
Neither have I. But I've not played much Fumble.
I haven't either. I haven't played Fumble until this tournament for a very long amount of years, and it's way better than I remember. And I don't know why that is. Okay, so let's going to assume that AlphaWolf comes back. It doesn't mean that the Necro team can't continue doing its thing. I'm just going to check my round 2 picks to see if I got that one right. Who?
AlphaWolf joined again.
Good man. Let's. So we're nearly there. Just 3 turns total remaining. So Clawvid Town versus New Guy. This Necro team is facing off the God of Change again. This time it's with a bigger, stronger version, and I think I'm actually going to side with the Tzeentch team here. They've got the strength, including +1 strength now, and where the Norse have the advantage of block skill, the Necro team does not. So we've got 2 turns here for AlphaWolf to prove me right on my pick there. Holywell Raiders versus Sealand Fairies. This should be an interesting matchup. Both teams are strong. The Norse have the murder advantage, but the Sea Elves have the armor and agility edge. The strength 6 Yeti with its claws could do some serious work here on the armor 9 Sea Peeps. So if that thing does some damage and the rest of the team pile through, it could be a win for the Norse. Ben's pick, Holywell Raiders Norse Gaff. So got that one.
Pretty on the mark there.
Well, I like Claw. That's the first thing I give a Minotaur. Because
Oh, do they get mutation on normal or on doubles?
it depends what team. I think
Ah, right.
Chaos get mutation on normal, but Pact and Chaos Dwarf I think are only doubles.
Yeah, I know Renegades is doubles.
Man, I love
But for the rest
Renegades.
of them, no idea.
Love Renegades. It makes me sad they don't get mutations on singles. I think that could be a really useful power boost for that team.
Yeah, I mean they're not an underpowered team, are they? They're tier 2.
Yeah, they're solid. They're a good tier 2. They take a bit of work to get going, but that basically summarises tier 2 teams, doesn't it? Tier 2 teams are the teams that need 4, 5 skills before they really get rolling. I would say Necro is a great example of that. You get sure hands and some block, this team starts really, really performing.
Really stupid on the troll there.
Oh, the changeling. Yeah. Just letting the side down. Probably not going to be a massive game changer there, but a nice block on that zombie would have been useful. The Chaos Warrior here pows down the zombie. No effect. Hey, cool. I didn't realise there was tombstones appeared when people died. I like that. So, blitz through push and applies extra strength on the white here. That does take the blitz action up, which means that this Beastman can't plow through the ghoul, but he does now have a decent running lane to get between those Tzeentch warriors. There you go. It's not a bad defensive position. There's still the werewolf loitering in the backfield though, like the end boss.
Steve in chat says recently found my love for Renegades. They are such a fun team. There's something I just love about the idea of having a goblin and a dark elf and 3 big guys and a bunch of just mismatched, like, different kinds of races on the field. It's just it's so fun.
It's wicked, isn't it? Steve, I'm glad you found the love for Renegades. The sad thing about Blood Bowl 2 is you don't have Renegades. I think it would be a really popular team on BB2. You can get so many games in so quickly. You get the level ups, and then the team really gets rolling. Oh, more brutality there, taking the double one dodge.
For the stunties.
Yeah, but not ended the turn in a particularly bad spot. The familiar getting into base contact with that werewolf has done a good job slowing down that blitz. Now, because of the movement 8, you can still go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and get 1 die on the ball carrier with a little bit of positioning here from a golem or something. And that'll be
the last turn for the Necro.
It is the last turn, you're right, yeah. So we need to see a big play here, one way or the other.
The Necro, I think they can't touch down.
No, Necro can't, but they can stop the Tzeentch team, because otherwise there's quite a lot of opportunity here for the Tzeentch team to just take a filthy high rolling game out. So the golem actually gets a POW on Larry, the Tzeentch warrior.
Following up.
Yeah, you're right. Follows up onto the ball carrier, making it even more difficult. And then, you know, I like the wolf dodge up round blitz on the ball carrier. Maybe even just tag the ball carrier. Maybe even just force those die rolls to be even worse.
Blitz has been done.
Oh, blitz has been done.
Oh,
okay. Okay, well, it's not bad. And again, just tagging the ball carrier is going to force those rolls. If I'm AlphaWolf here, I think blocking the white away with the strength 5 guy there just tags him in place. That is a tight situation here now.
Looking like a draw.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What's the movement of the familiars? 6. That familiar right there can score. The one in place next to the ghoul, he can actually score here.
The only thing is that can he get the? Oh, yeah, he probably can't get the handoff anymore.
Oh no, not with that second tackle zone. Unless
could get a blitz off with Larry here to get the zombie out of the way.
Yeah, At that point, though, would you not just want to be blitzing with the Tangor? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It would be a blitz, a dodge, and 2 go for it's for the Tangor to score. But yeah, I think you're right. I think
the handoff would be the
best odds.
Mm.
If you can free up 1 tackle zone, it's a 4-up catch and then just a 2+ dodge. Oh, there's a load of tackle zones on that ball. We're either going to see something real special, or
an unlucky 3-die block.
But it's Frenzy. He gets another go.
He does.
And gets the pow push. No, it's not enough. He's got dodge. Interesting.
And that kind of eliminates the ability of that familiar to dodge around.
1, 2,
Oh,
3,
no, actually,
4,
he still
5,
can.
6. Yeah, you can just about skirt around the edge. Just trying to think if there's anything else they can do, but that handoff is a handoff of some kind. It is probably the best.
If AlphaWolf's seen it, it could be the play.
I just can't see anything better. And it's a stretch play, but when it gets to the last turn of the game,
No rerolls.
That's it, no rerolls. But at that point, if you're looking at a blitz, then a 4, then a 2 to get there, that's not bad to win the game. Because if he blitzes with either one of the guys to the left or right, if he blitzes against the ghoul or against the zombie, it's a 2-die, and all it is a push. Nuffle favours the bold. I'm not sure that counts as coaching in the chat, but you know.
It's not. Am I causing him to win or lose?
I think from what we saw from New Guy in the first half, he's pretty aware that the bold moves are there.
Oh yeah, willing to take that risk
That's
to
it.
get the touchdown.
The big hand dodge, handoff, go for it, touchdown was pretty great. Interesting. Familiar comes back. Is that so? Oh, do you know what? I think he's taken the blitz there on the ghoul. Is that a blitz? That is the blitz on the ghoul, which does free up a tackle zone. It's going to be a block on the zone. I can't be a block on the zombie. It's a move. Our Hypno Gaze would have been perfect right there. It's a handoff. He gets the handoff. It's a dodge. He gets the dodge. And it's a touchdown. It is a last turn touchdown for the tiny guy. Brilliant. That was a heck of a play, man.
That was a heck of a game.
Heck of a game, guys. That was great fun. And you know what? That's basically what I've come to expect from this tournament so far. That was ridiculous. So, you know, what were you expecting, and did this game deliver, Matt?
I was expecting a draw. I've looked at the rosters, and I was expecting, basically up until about turn 4 of the second half, I was expecting like that. Obviously not specific stuff, but I was expecting it to end up 1-1, and then they were gonna slug at each other, getting SPP from casualties until the end of the game, and that was going to be it. But yeah. AlphaWolf has come in and absolutely surprised all of us at the end. That's Blood Bowl. That's quality Blood Bowl.
That was brilliant. A couple of stretch plays from there. So we were looking for Clorvid Town to get 30k. They get 40, so they can afford, I think, to replace the golem that died. They're 110k. He's now got 110k.
Yeah, we've had the standings update, and Tzeentch has moved up into 3rd place, so it looks like the Rugger Boys are probably going to be playing
the Tzeentch team.
AlphaWolf Tzeentch. And then Painterpart with Clorvid Town is in 7th place, looking to be playing against We Is the Good guys.
Oh, the Hobgoblin team.
bullets,
Now, the Hobgoblin team has yet to play their game, and so does the Dark Elf team from Gothmog.
so we could still have some shake-ups there.
I'd be surprised if those guys don't... I'd be surprised if they don't shuffle around a bit one way or the other.
I mean, you never know. Rob's Ogre Kingdom might 16-0 it tomorrow.
Hey, it's... You could end up in 6th place. That's going to be a very interesting game tomorrow morning. I'm quite looking forward to that.
Oh, definitely.
Against the Downed Rascals. That's the Wood Elf team.
Woodies.
Yeah, this is why I think this could be the comeback team of the tournament. I'm not saying that Ogres are a gimme because Ogres can brew. Yeah, they've got a tree man. They've got the full Wood Elf lineup. 4 catchers, 2 war dancers, throwers, linemen, and a tree man. They've got a player out. It's just a lineman though. So they're sitting at 130. Yeah, 1130, and
that's 40k extra inducement.
Oh, that's not bad. It's not going to get them anything at all. So he's going to have 140k. So yeah, not enough for a wizard or anything. So it might just be to see what interesting cards these guys run with. But that should be a fun game tomorrow. I'm expecting a couple of casualties from the ogres and 3 or 4 touchdowns from the wood elves. But Nuffle has shown us that we cannot guess or predict what he wants. So yeah, really, really interesting. And cannot wait to see that. So I'm going to wrap it up now. Matt, thank you so much for joining me and helping me with commentary. It's been great fun.
It has been great. Yeah.
Anytime, man. Anytime I am doing this commentary, you just drop me a message and jump on if you're free, because it makes it far more entertaining. Right, guys in chat, thank you very much for sticking with us and for watching the game. And you guys on YouTube watching later, hope you enjoyed the match. And check out Matt's Twitch channel, which I put in the links. Or would you prefer me to link them to your YouTube, Matt?
Well, it's Matt's BBL on both.
There you go.
Pretty easy to find.
Check it out. Fantastic. Right. Good night all, and we'll see you tomorrow for some more Blood Bowl.